Okay, so I've got the bottom lower bushes, the inside ones, the internal ones, and now I'm going to do the top. You can see they're actually quite loose until they press fit. Then they compress, and they get all that play disappears. And I'm going to use the same drift to pop it in. My lower arms, I ground them down, as you can see. You can see there I took a millimetre off the diameter to get rid of the grooves. So my lower bushes, I made them undersized internally. But if you've got arms without any scuffing on them, then you can make bushes to the exact size. Okay. So the top one looks fairly tight. Double check the depth. Appears to be quite tight to pull the drift out, which is not a great sign, because there's no give in this material. So if it's too small, then I'll have to pop a reamer in there to ream it out. That drift is the exact size of the shaft, I believe. Let's have a bit of a test. Yeah, it's kind of tight. I believe that'll go in. Just add a bit of grease. Okay, yeah, it did go in with a bit of grease, and it feels tight, but in a good way. So it's definitely not going to need a reamer. I guess, although they don't, it's got a really good wear factor, this specific nylon that I specified. I believe that'll settle in nicely, and yeah, great fit. I'll just pull it out. That came out okay. So yeah, quite a bit of grease, but that was good to know, because that was actually just a fraction tighter than the original cut that I got, the original beam cut that I used to gauge this whole exercise off. Something I didn't anticipate, that I had hit the grease nipple on the top. Pushed past it, and it'll be fine. So yeah, the grease nipples intrude slightly into the beam cavity, and I was wondering where I got a couple of little shavings of nylon from where it pushed past. So anyway, all is good. All right, so I got all the inner bushes installed, and they seem to go fine without a hitch, except for the one where I forgot to take the grist nipple off, and I clearly must have scratched a groove on the outside of the bush, but that'll definitely won't be an issue. If you're ever going to do it, make sure you take those grease nipples off. I thought I had them out, I just must have put it back in at some point. So I don't actually have a drift for the outside one, but I don't see it as an issue. It's quite tight past that little shelf there, the safety stopper, whatever you want to call it. I'm just trying to make sure it's going in square with the thrust face of the beam. So yeah, it's finding its way. Okay, so that's nice and tight. It's going to come out again. I'm just working it. So you've got to go all the way onto the thrust face. Wow, I didn't think it was going to be that snug, but it's actually really nice. Once it gets a bit of work on it, the nylon will self-lubricate, and just have to get a big hit on it. Right. Cross face is actually touching. Beautiful. Very happy with that. Let's go do the other side. I'll be back.